The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. Control. Your light is gone, lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me.
It seems fine to me. Fantastic. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
Nice. Looks like we already have 12 people viewing, and we're going to give it a few more moments here just to get everybody in here. Today we have a really awesome conversation. We're joined by the judges who have gone through the incredible submissions for Avalanche GameLoop, and we're going to go through them a little bit and just share some of our feedback and some of our initial takes on some of these games. So prizes and all that coming later, but before we go through and give out prizes, we want to make sure that we're giving some spotlight to all of the great submissions, because really there's a lot of awesome submissions here. We had about 55 submissions in total, and I would 55. Say 55. And basically all of those were fun games. So, that's something that I think was quite shocking for us, is that we had so many high quality games. I think I was expecting 55, but I wasn't expecting, the sheer number of fun games that we have. And so really excited to go through some of those today. So I'll go ahead and pause just another 30 seconds or minute or so, as Stas will kind of scroll through some of the submissions here on our itch.io page. We'll let a few other people join, and then I'll go around the horn and let all of the different judges introduce themselves a little bit. So we'll
okay, sounds good.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and hit a little pause. All right. Looks like we have a few more people joining us now, so I'll go ahead and continue with the agenda. I'll first ask our judges to introduce themselves, and maybe I'll start with Pavel. Pavel, can you say a little bit about yourself? I know maybe some of the audience here already knows you, but then quickly pass it on to Rafa or Victor.
Sure. Hello, everyone. Co-founder Funtico here, mostly responsible for anything that touches the platform and our games. And of course, happy to to explore and sneak peek, I would say, some of the games that we had the pleasure to go over this weekend together with the judges and fight a bit, literally, on who likes what. And yeah, uh, Rafa, please take it over.
Hi guys, I'm really excited to be here. I'm head of product design at Funtico with deep passion for video games, so I'm very thankful for this opportunity. I had a lot of fun to go through this list of games uh, and see what everyone sent in, and I'm looking forward to talk everything about these games in the coming minutes.
Hello, everybody. My name is Victor. I'm co-founder of Humanoid. We are not exactly a company that is doing gaming, but we do support gaming companies. We're actually doing Sybil resistance to fight bots multi-accounts from getting the rewards that people should get. And well, it's my second time judging with Mickey and his awesome community of game devs. It's cool to see that game devs stick to your community, Mickey, and each next game is better than the previous one. And this time I was really astonished by the number of great games without bugs, and I shared a few with my friends the next day. So these are really legit games.
Yeah, thank you, Victor, for coming
Yep.
back. It's fun. It's fun, especially having you back for the second round here, because there, as you said, there's a few developers that have come back and submitted new games, and their style and some of their vibe shines through. And so some of the discussions that we had a few months back, it's fun to reflect on those now as we're looking at the new set of games that have come through the GameLoop program. So yeah, let's go ahead and start talking about some of them. And I think I'll start off just by talking about Numbers War. So Numbers War is a really fun game where, and this is from Khalil. I'm sure many of you here listening know Khalil well. Khalil's a great part of our community, a valued part of our community. And so Khalil actually has two kind of game modes here. One is Numbers War, and the other is Numbers War Dead Zone. So those were split into two separate games. One is more of a traditional fighting game where some of the numbers drop, and the other one is
Let's
more.
also show them. Sorry to interrupt. Let's also show them who is
Yeah.
who is on the mouse. Stanislav or you, Mickey? Okay, sorry to interrupt. Now we have the numbers game.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up Dead Zone. Perfect. Yeah, you can go ahead and start playing a little bit, Stas, as we talk about it. But basically, I want to just shout out Khalil here because Khalil has been working really hard on this game. And he first submitted Numbers War, which is a very fun multiplayer game that he's been working on. And we played it live on stream a few weeks back. And somebody had the idea, I think it might have been me, that said, hey, why don't we do a zombie version of this game? And Khalil went ahead and made a zombie version of the game. So that became Numbers War Dead Zone. And so I thought this was a really fun game, kind of like a traditional wave of zombies. But Victor, what about you? How did you feel playing Numbers War Dead Zone in particular?
But to be honest, I'm not a real fan of shooters, so I'm not the one to judge. I really like because I started the game with a completely naked character, and his back looks funny. Just my girlfriend was sitting nearby, and she laughed a lot on it. And well, I did enjoy shooting at people, of course. Snipers on top. I played more the traditional version than the zombie one. But yeah, it was totally fun and very engaging, and the physics are great. So it's a decent game. That's all I can say. Really good one.
Nice. And Rafa, how about you? Did you have any thoughts as you were going through this one?
Yeah, I kind of ended up playing quite a bit. This I love I liked the progression. It feels good to play. It was very responsive. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of potential here for what we're looking for with these games.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And what's really fun about both of these numbers wars game is kind of this number concept where numbers are dropped. And I believe, as we are on using Web3 here, all of this is going to be recorded. I just can't help but wonder if, this can be used in some more fun ways in the future. So definitely some exciting conversations to be had with the developer of Numbers War one way or another.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
me,
it has really fun gunplay. Yeah.
yeah,
Pablo,
and you heard me in the past when I'm saying that if a game makes me rage, it's a good game. So I remember when we first tried it together, and I was literally shouting. So for me, it's a very fun game, and the fact that it's already having the multiplayer set up in place, it's great. Uh, it has so much room for skinning, for customization, and this is only we're just seeing one map, right? Uh, and yeah, with the number what you just said, I have some ideas, and I know you guys also have some ideas how that can those numbers can lead up to a follow-up thing. I don't know what and how exactly, but it's just a wide range of things that the game can support. A quick question for maybe for the viewers um, on how it, because I know you have the point system on top of the screen, but how is that exactly, let's say, working, right? When you destroy a zombie, you get points, or only after you destroy a zombie and collect the numbers, you get the points that will potentially uh, count in the leaderboard.
I'm pretty certain that you actually have to pick them up. As you're watching here the gameplay, what you'll notice is oftentimes the kill happens at a pretty close range, so it sort of happens automatically. But you don't get that you don't get those points right away. I did send some feedback over to the developer, and like I said, Khalil is super responsive. He's really one of the bright stars of our community, and he I think he actually added in these crawlers, which is pretty cool. That's something new I didn't remember last time. And also, I'm pretty sure he's going to make it so the numbers kind of start to flash before they disappear, so you have a little bit more of a heads up that the numbers are disappearing.
Okay, and in the tournament potential, you're gonna have let's say I don't know 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and whoever scores the most, or because I now I see the timer going up actually. That's why I'm asking. Oh, you have. Oh, actually no.
Yeah, so it's just basically how long you survive. There's different waves. I don't know if it's in. I haven't made it far enough to find out if it's capped at something like 10 waves, or if it just keeps getting harder and harder. But I guess we'll see in the tournament if anybody can get through more rounds than me. I've only made it, I think, to round 4 or so myself.
Okay. Yeah, very cool.
Looks like Stas is doing pretty good this
Yeah,
round.
yeah,
Maybe
he's enjoying
maybe
himself. Look
we'll
at him.
find out now.
He's got sucked in right away.
He's not even breathing anymore with us. It's like, yeah, yeah.
I think this is going to be really fun in the tournament. I really do. And I think that there's so much opportunity here with multiplayer for the zombie mode. I think there's a lot of opportunity for the more traditional game, the more just kind of deathmatch style game that he created. I think that's also one where, there's a lot of opportunity for kind of the multiplayer and, like we said, some of the numbers and kind of just fast gameplay, continuous new challengers and things like that. So I think this is a great start to something special here, and I love the numbers concept in general.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel bad almost switching topics with Stas on this hot streak here. I'm like, is he gonna? I mean, like, I don't want to talk about another game while this is happening, but Hey, Khalil just joined the chat. So I guess you just got here, but we've been singing your praise for the last 10 minutes or so, saying all the good things. So we're really excited about Dead Zone and about the Numbers War series here. But okay, we'll go ahead and start talking about one of the other games. And Stas, keep going on this hot streak as we do. We'll go ahead and switch over in a second. Actually, I believe this game you're going to need to sign in with your Funtico account because this one already has the SDK integrated. So maybe anyway, you'll see that when you get there. Maybe we don't need to do that on stream today. But the next one is Infinity Warp. So Infinity Warp, I know Pavel has been able to play. Rafa, were you able to play Infinity Warp? I know Victor wasn't able to get a chance on this one.
I did actually.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is also one of my favorites.
Yeah, go ahead and lead us off. Tell us a little about it.
Yeah, so basically, you start the game by dragging a trajectory for the ship to slingshot it into space, and then from there you basically need to use the ship propellers somehow to avoid the obstacles, and I think also shoot at them. I don't remember quite well. But I did play a few runs of it, and yeah, it's quite involved. It's quite involved. It's a neat little idea here. And I can think of ways in which we can. I also appreciate the depth of the menu system, right? Like I love that there's like control mapping. You can I think you can also map this to a controller. From what I can see, I didn't try that myself when I played it, but yeah, I was really appreciative of the depth of the menu system with all the options and everything. So yeah, you can tell the developer is deeply passionate about this this title. But yeah, as I was saying, that I can see many ways. Oh, and yeah, you also got some quick narrative to get you going, to get some context for what you're doing. Yeah. It's how can I say? We just need to sit down, I think, and think of ways in which we can, onboard this to our tournament system and such. But yeah, like I really like it. It's more of a tactical game, right? It's not like a Twitch style game where you need to be fast. You need to have it's more like you need to put a bit more concentration into it. But I liked it. High praise for it from me.
Yeah, I really like it a lot because it created this, I don't know, I wouldn't say unique, but close to unique game mode that I haven't seen in a while, where all your decisions kind of count, but if you die, you start over. So you don't feel any repetition, let's say. You don't feel like you're always like a Flappy Bird type of game where you just need to go through the same loops, through the same loopholes, obstacles. Everything is different, in a way, like a Bandersnatch type of approach, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I really like it. The developer is also a cool guy and bright guy, and I only see this as even as a teaser, right? Because even if this game is complete in a way, it has a lot to offer. I think the developer is so creative that he can go on deeper levels of mechanics and journeys that I cannot even imagine.
And Dino is another one of our valued community members. I see him there in the chat right now. What's really exciting about Dino's story for GameLoop is that, I think this is a story of a developer actually really kind of leveraging the program in the exact right way. So Dino is actually getting ready for a Steam release for this game with a story mode and a lot more features. And he was able to create an arcade mode for us for GameLoop that is basically playable on browser, quick to load, and everything that we want for our tournaments. And so this is really a case of a win-win-win because Dino, the developer, is able to get some feedback before his bigger release. He's able to build out the whole new game mode, which is this arcade mode, which will add a lot to both the Funtico tournament as well as the bigger game that he's building. And so, as Rafa and Pavlin both said, definitely going to have to keep the conversation going with Dino about ways to include this game in different things because this is a really fun one. So this is Infinity Warp, one of the other great submissions for Avalanche GameLoop this year. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to another one. Let's talk about The Slime is Looting. I'm excited to talk about this one because The Slime is Looting is truly an incredible game. It's beautiful. It's unique. You can tell the developer here did a phenomenal job with the artwork and really put a lot of passion into this. What's fun about this one is I think it's a little bit unique of a game. And so a couple of the judges didn't quite get it right away. And then the other ones were like, this is one of my favorites. So it's fun.
I'm that couple of the judges.
Yeah.
And only me.
It's funny that
You're
we
two
had
of them.
a mixed
You alone.
but this one's really beautiful, really like unique and just I think beautiful is really the right word. But Victor, you had some fun ideas for this one. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts about this game.
Yeah, to be honest, don't remember fun ideas to improve it. I just loved it because it's fun. The slime is also talking to you, and it's something I've never seen. Of course, it's a turn-based game, but very beautiful and well.
So
basically,
Stas, you have to Victor, tell Stas how to play.
yeah, Stas. So you have to get the rock inside you, and then use the rock. Just press on it once. The rock that's inside you, and you have to throw it into the guy. Yeah, like that, exactly.
One more time.
And then when the warrior dies, you get just point on him. Yes, that's it. And when he dies, you can
like you
loot
said.
him and throw his sword at the next warrior.
Yeah, so basically you put inside the slime these objects that you find on the floor. During combat, you only have one. You consume one turn to do that. So this is why between rounds you should collect as many things as you can, or the most powerful items. So you need to. It's basically like, okay, there's a bunch of objects on the floor. What do I really need for the next battle? And you need to be mindful of that because, as I said, during the battle you will be losing one turn if you collect something. The developer was really thoughtful, and if you in combat, if you end up with no items at all, you can consume HP to basically form an orb and attack an enemy with that, and then you have to collect it back and you regain that HP. So that had some depth to it.
Mhm.
Some other thoughts about this, like it's really neat because you see, especially on mobile, all these games, all these mini games trying to do turn-based combat in a really, really simple way. Like, oh, this is a pocket experience. I think this is the most pocketable turn-based experience I've ever seen, in the sense that everything is so diegetic. You don't even need an inventory menu. You have it all laid out in a diegetic way in the environment, so you can carry them inside of the slime and everything. So as a proof of concept, there's a lot of great stuff here. I would love to see, potentially like multiple environments, some sort of progression, where you maybe a story where you move from place to place. Like I'm really excited about the potential of the development of this game. So yeah, I too like. Oh, what was that
What
on
was
my
that
playthrough? I did.
unicorn? I'm seeing
Yeah,
things
I
that
don't
I
think I've
never.
seen that on my
I didn't
playthrough.
see it before as well.
Also,
Yeah, keep going as a dragon. I think there's some more. I only made it about as far as this, but I wonder if there's any more stuff that comes in.
How many things you can store in? What's going on? What's that?
oh yeah, and you consume things. You consume things, and this is how your blob, levels up, and it gets bigger and can hold more items.
Just
Ah,
Yeah.
don't consume things that can damage you.
Oh, do they? Okay, I didn't notice that they have the potential to hurt you. Like,
Yeah, it's
okay,
really well thought out, all of it. I wonder how long it can actually, this whole evolution and how many levels. Like, how long does this go? I wonder. It's interesting.
yeah. I wanted to say something for all the viewers, because this is what we're doing right now is really compelling for not only for gamers, if anyone is watching, but also the developers themselves. Stas here has not played these games before, so we basically brought in someone fresh, and that's like a really good indicative, really good feedback to see how a brand new person interacts with your game for the first time with no context. This can give you an idea whether the onboarding that you've prepared for your own game is efficient or not, and other aspects. So this is like a mini playtest that we're also bringing to you alongside our thoughts on these games.
Hey,
yeah,
Rafa,
very
that's a
good.
really good point, and I
Yeah.
actually would love to ask a question about that. Maybe we can debate a little bit amongst us. I think that it's a delicate balancing act, the onboarding process, because obviously you want it to be very intuitive and you want all of the controls to be laid out clearly for your gamer. But then also, if we look at this game on screen now, this is a game where we've been sitting here talking about it for only a few moments, and uh, it's fun. It's already kind of revealing itself as to how to play. And so when is it okay to allow the player to discover how to play? And when does the developer really need to explicitly line out, how that game mode happens? And, I would love to have your thoughts on that topic.
Yeah, that's clearly a tough thing to balance. And in most of the cases, I would say that you can't really. So if you're going for instance, like here, if you're going for a more of a diegetic interface, because I too had a few. I caught my ears in it in the beginning, like for a few minutes, because I didn't quite realize what I was supposed to do and in which way to interact. I assume you can have some prompts around the screen to point you to stuff, and then just it's about you as a developer, how well you can communicate with your systems, your visuals, without the need of a menu, and how much trust you put into the audience that you're targeting, right? Because that's another aspect. Like if you're making a game in a certain genre, you have faith in players that are familiar with that genre, right? You don't really, maybe you don't really want to target people that uh, aren't really knowledgeable with that. So it's a complex conversation nonetheless, and this would go more into like consultancy, right? There there is such a profession, right? When for game developers to contact a consultant and look at the market, like how many games in that genre is, how many games are doing you know the same mechanics and so on and so forth. But yeah, like I think this needs just a little bit more guidance right in the beginning. For instance, something that I think we all kind of missed or wasn't apparent right away is the next day button, because we like
Oh yeah.
all the attention was to the bottom of the screen with all the elements, and so we didn't really realize we were supposed to hit a button, given how diegetic the game was, right? So it was all the elements on the ground and everything. So yeah, I guess we all have different expectations, and it takes a lot of playtesting to see how how people react to what you've done and make better decisions.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that this would be a case for me where some of that discovery is really fun. So when it comes to, hey, what does the individual item do? Maybe that's something I can discover as I play. But the fact that there are some items that will hurt me and some items that will help me, and that I need to digest them, that type of information, would be nice to know kind of upfront.
Yeah, it can be the developer's vision for you to just learn that as you go. Um, so yeah, it depends on that as well. Um,
Cool. Let's move on to the next game. I might pronounce this one wrong. It's called Larelis Survivors. Maybe I said that wrong. But this is a really fun game where, okay, it's pulling up now. But basically you just run around, and I really enjoyed this one. Pavel, I'll go ahead and ask you to start us
Yes,
off.
please. Because for me, it's more than running around. I remember I had a chat with Rafa, I think 2 years ago, and we were very close to doing one of internally, because I really, really believe the gameplay and the mode itself, it becomes addictive because there is decision making, because there's always a different path to go and to choose. It has so many scalabilities. You can have portals, you can have different worlds, you can have multiplayer. You can look, for example, in what. Oh, I think the stream is a bit. Yeah, you will see that all of a sudden you need to choose one of the three boosters or power-ups or upgrades. Also, you have a reroll function and so on. But I really, 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 really like this game. This is something that I would play for hours, and I haven't played any game in hours for a long time.
I think this
Yeah,
game has a ton of potential. Oh, Victor, please go ahead.
yeah, sure. So, well, it's a special one for me. I didn't find it too much exciting for one reason, because I really know the market of these kind of games. This is a roguelike survival genre, and to be honest, yeah, it's very addictive, and the games in that genre earn a lot of money. We're actually helping one of them raise right now, and well, I would say this is a pretty typical roguelike survival for me. It's well done, it works, and yeah, the market is huge for it on mobile games.
There you go. A little bit of a two-sided remark there from Victor. One, I think also it's just so impressive in the context of the Game Jam making something like this. Super excited to see, I think that is something that's very interesting. Victor, you brought up an interesting point, which is the whole theme of this year's GameLoop challenge was around high score, around kind of classic arcade high score games, sitting around the arcade or sitting around the PlayStation with your brothers, sisters, friends, and just having fun and seeing kind of who can get the high score. So with that, we did get, a fair number of games that fit quite neatly within a very standard or classic genre. So whether that was something like a Flappy Bird style game or a towering kind of game or things of that nature. And the ones that really stood out to us were ones that added a little extra twist or made things a little bit more creative. I think there's a few cases of that, and then also there's a few cases where we were kind of hoping for a little bit more of that as well.
I just love that Stas is making the like somehow I'm so invested even right now watching this, and he's picking exactly what I would have picked. I'm like, yes, 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 my brother. Yeah, you went for that as well. Yeah, like I don't really have anything meaningful to add. Like I of course I really know the fame of Vampire Survivors, and I'm especially excited when it comes to this game to have it up on the on you know on the platform and see how the community interacts with it uh over there. Like I'm especially excited about this one. um yeah, it has all the ingredients to it's going to.
Can I, sorry, yeah, Rafa, to interrupt. Can I ask what are the top three revenue models for this type of game from your experience?
Ooh, I mean the main game where this draws inspiration from, it was I think it was you just pay for it once on Steam, and it even has like an ending. But you can easily apply, I think, a live service element to this if you have the the bandwidth to create assets. I think I would have to give it a more in-depth
From
thought.
Victor's experience, because he said he's helping with something similar to
Yeah,
Blaze.
it's in-game assets, of course.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
always.
Yeah, like you can do events
And
and
also, well,
maybe.
there is a slow flow from people watching ads in order to re-roll the three like power choice. Yeah, this one
Uh-huh,
re-roll. You will
uh-huh.
have an ad there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not the main generator of revenue for these kind of games.
Mhm.
I mean, this is one that I could see myself, as Pablo said, I could see myself playing this for a long time.
Yeah,
I was just really thrilled to see this submission come through. It adds a lot to the tournament and to the whole platform here. Cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So let's talk a little bit about best throw. Best throw. Sorry, this one's going to be one of the links I sent you, Stas. This one's really probably more of a mobile-friendly game, which a lot of the games we've gone through actually do work pretty well on mobile. This one, I think very clearly mobile first. But this is quite unique and quite fun, I thought.
mhm.
Pablo, you want to share a little bit about it?
Yeah, no, I really, really, really like it because it's straightforward, but it takes 10 seconds to lure you in, and then you're hooked, literally. You cannot stop at level 4 because you just want to see what is level 10 and so on. And I don't know if it's repetitive or not. I did not pay attention if each level 1, 2, 3 is the same level or it's always changing. I'm curious not right now if that's the case, but yeah, it's a straightforward game, but done nicely also with the mechanics, with the physics. So I really like it.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's really again, this is another game that really adds a lot to the group here, because a lot of the games that we've just gone through now are very rich with different types of characters and different beasts and different whatever the artistic style is. But this is a game where it's really just more of a classic puzzle, really more of a more traditional, if you will, a game format. And so it's also fun to kind of include games like this. And I think it's just a good reminder that the game being fun is always the most important part. So a little mechanic, a little clever puzzle like this is something that can really captivate people.
By the way, you saw that? Check it on stream 1 second. I didn't knew that if it lands back to the point where it was thrown, you can catch it. 1 second, because we
Yeah,
have some second. I didn't knew that. I just saw that, which is actually pretty cool. But as you
Yeah,
said, look,
I'm
huh?
glad you pointed it out because I was
Look
also
now, now,
surprised.
now, now, now. Look.
Yeah.
it's bouncing, and you catch it back, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a saver there, you
Yeah.
know. So it's not really uh if you have a chance of saving your ball. Um, it's not as merciless, I wanted to say. Um,
I could
The
see this
animation is
being
great,
a game
very smooth.
where. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah,
I would just want to say the animation like is very smooth compared to, let's say, other submissions. It's great.
Yeah, and this is one where I'm super curious to see, over the course of a tournament, like I just feel like somebody's going to end up getting onto a really high level on this game, and we're all going to be like, "What? How did you do that?" um. All right, let's go next.
This has potential also for some PvP, maybe, or collaborative. Maybe not PvP, but collaborative, right? Where basically two of you need to go through a loop in order to advance. I think there is something there.
yeah. Maybe you take turns, or the other
Mhm.
player controls the target. Maybe that would be
Crazy.
player versus player in the sense that you have have to do it in such a way that they don't hit the target. So
Or it's just
that's
kind of like one of those games where you can just send a challenge to your friend. Hey, I just got to level 5. Can you beat me or something? Have a daily challenge, something.
yeah.
But
Uh,
go ahead.
yeah. Just want to say that it's nice that all these games kind of paint the entire gamut of experiences. Because maybe some days you don't really want to engage with something too involved or too actiony, and just you want to lay back and play something simpler. So this kind of brings it all down there, right? Like and it's still exciting. It's not as intense, but it's also not boring. It keeps you going. So that's a good submission in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gives for a nice, variety. Some of these titles definitely computer first, play on your desktop. Other ones are perfect for sitting on the couch and relaxing at the end of the day, like this one. And one of the more desktop titles, we'll switch next over to Avalanche Night. Avalanche Night is a 2D runner, kind of like in the style of Super Mario Bros. Avalanche Crash there in the middle is where it is. But basically, what we liked about this game a lot is that there's some added elements that you don't typically see in these types of games. So what I mean by that is the character has a spear and use. The character has a very fun helmet that has basically becomes a helicopter. And so these additional elements we felt were really made this a kind of a fun, fresh version of something that's very classic and nostalgic.
Yeah, I will let Rafa here and Victor, because I know Rafa is a Mario forever type of guy, and I'm curious what Victor has to say, because I really like the game, but
Yeah.
on this one I'm curious what Rafa has to say.
uh I like this game, but it's so challenging, and I guess that's the point. I was wondering, maybe there should be a ramp up for the speed, so that it doesn't start this fast. Of course, this is to the latitude of the developer, right? I think this goes into that division territory I was mentioning before. um it's nice because it's also zoomed in, and I think that's part of the design. um Something that you can eventually master, right? It's also about kind of getting used with the hit detection boxes, um, right? Because in some moments you might think you can make the jump, or you can hit the enemy, but you're wrong, and then you have to start over. Um, but Yeah. It's I like the visuals. Like I find it to be for what it is, it's a complete package. Um, we can we can definitely, have a conversation to add more things to it, and make it more robust, based on our needs in that sense. But this is a great foundation. I think it's again, for what it is, I think it's masterfully done with good taste. Uh, and yeah. I'm very positive about this game as well. Not
Interesting point you made there, Rafa, about the zooming in. I mean, that's really a smart observation to make. Something that I didn't pick up at first, but it does make a big difference in the game because it requires, with the zoom being kind of as it is now, you're really having to react very quickly to the new map that's coming, on the screen very quickly, and so it
Yeah,
becomes a very quick game. And I will say, Stas, you've gotten pretty good at this as we've been watching you play. Um, I didn't make it this far
Yeah,
myself. This is
to be
another one.
honest,
I think someone's
I
going
was
to
really
get
bad
really
at it.
far.
I was really bad at it. I didn't figure out I can fly. That was my problem.
Ah,
It was really hard for me. Probably impossible to play. What
I
I
that's
like
think
nice.
about it, of
it's
course, is
really fun.
Avalanche branding. Yeah, Avalanche branding is great, and the game seems very fun, very playable, like a finished game, I would say almost.
Yes, yes. But you saw that each time you, because now I paid attention, each time you die, you start differently. And for me, that's a big plus, right? Because I don't like those runners where you end up to know them by heart. You literally can go
Yeah,
10 minutes with your eyes closed almost.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. That's another a nice aspect about this, that the stages seem to be procedurally generated. So
mhm.
I
there's a
think,
presentation of things every time. Yeah, that's another complex system that's beneath all of this.
Pavel, I'm curious,
Yes, sir.
from the Tico perspective, is it, if we're talking about regulation, are the games, are they required to be, uh, like, is it allowed to have this dynamism that you're talking about in some of the more,
Oh, you mean from gambling versus skill?
yeah, like,
Yeah, yeah.
does that change it to gambling if it's random, or is
No,
it?
because so the reason it does is not gambling, is that all of the players have to go through the same kind of chances, right? It's not like I have less chances or more chances to getting whatever beginning or whatever obstacle. It's the same for all of us. It's the
Got it.
same as we have now solitaire. When you play PvP, you have the same deck. But when you go in tournaments and you can play 30 times, we might get more difficult decks, easier decks, but for all the players is the same thing. You cannot influence that in any shape or form.
Awesome. No, that's really good to know as well. I guess I didn't know that. Learning something every day. But this is a beautiful game. I mean, it's just fun to watch. I'm finding myself getting mesmerized right now watching this little character. I really like this little character.
Yes.
Very creative to have the big kind of mask with the little feather on top or whatever. Like, it's very fun to look at in general.
What do you do with the diamonds, by the way? Because I'm trying to check if your score is influenced by the diamonds, but it doesn't look like it.
The diamonds give you some health points back, or they charge up your helicopter motor.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
But I don't know if they're influenced in the score. Let's maybe see through the end of this round. Maybe there's a multiplier or something. Good. I think it's just for the helicopter charge.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to another one now. Sorry, Stas, I didn't give you the heads up, but let's go to Over the Edge.
Over the edge.
Over the Edge. So Over the Edge is another one where I think, and it works perfectly great on your desktop as well. But for me personally, I think this game is more fun on mobile. I thought that it just worked very nicely on mobile. I mean, it does here as well. The sounds, which we won't be hearing here on stream now, but the sounds and the audio are incredible on this one. They're really, really good. Actually, Stas, I don't know, maybe you can put the sounds up instead and play with the sound on for a second, just because I love the little engine sounds that it makes.
Yeah. Wow,
He
that
went
was
for
fun.
it.
Yeah,
He went
Stas,
for it.
Stas, can you unmute yourself
Oh, maybe that's why.
on the Google Meet?
Look at this first jump. Oh.
Okay. Oh, perfect, perfect.
Then just take our word for it that this has nice music.
What? Because all of us liked it. We said that kind of fast. Is that if you don't start, I don't know, your first two moves, jumps are not that good, then it's clear that you cannot progress, right? So what would you do differently to solve that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, Rafa, please go ahead on this one. Also, quickly, before you mention Rafa, I just want to shout out a fun comment in the chat. Dino was saying that for the last game we were playing, Avalanche Knight, the kills give a lot of score, but the diamonds give 0. He made it all the way to 22,000, which is saying there's going to be someone who's going to go really far. But Rafa, yeah, back to this game. I would love to get some of your thoughts on Over the Edge. I also felt it was quite challenging at first. Maybe
yeah. So, Pavel, what was your issue exactly? I didn't quite get it.
You only jump straight, right? Maybe if you would able to also have an angle, because right now if you jump straight 2 times but not perfect jumps, you will get to a point where there will be a smaller obstacle that it's impossible to land on because you're not positioned.
And you can't get a coin anymore.
Right.
Yes.
Right, and you kind of need to arrange. Well, for starters, I think what I would love to see in the future for this game is more interaction. For instance, there's not much momentum. So, for instance, I would like to see, the ship kind of slide a bit forward. Like feel like an actual, propelled jump. So I would add some fine tuning there. I would also like to have the character rotate, as this is just like presentational feedback, right? Rotate the direction it's going to fly, because right now it only faces one direction, unless I'm wrong, which I don't think I am. Yeah, I'm looking at the footage. It kind of stays fixed. I mean, it's a nice concept to just jump into and try to see how far you can go, but yeah, like I think, I don't know, maybe some camera work. I feel like it's too zoomed out and you just see how barren everything is. Maybe it doesn't have to be this way. I have a lot of feedback on the presentational side. For the mechanics themselves, I think mostly it's a and don't hate me for saying this, it's a skill issue, maybe, because you can eventually learn about it. Because I had problems with it, but I actually ended up playing it quite a lot. I think I played it for like 10 full minutes because I kept dying and I wanted to get the hang of it. I don't think it's really impossible to make a jump eventually. You just need to get like a solid feel about that booster boost jump. Yes, indeed, you're going to miss the coins because you haven't aligned yourself the right way. But that would be something for the developer to figure out design wise what he wants the overall goal of the game to be. Maybe the coins aren't as important. um who knows, maybe there are some upgrades or just items that you can get in a run where you can if you're a tiny bit closer to the coin, maybe you can suck it in and for the next 5 or 10 jumps, so you don't have to worry about missing the coin. So you can do stuff like that. But yeah, like what's really solid here, I think it's the moment-to-moment gameplay where you just jump around. But I would love to see more purpose, just then, and maybe a more compelling environment. Without that, I don't think it can keep players playing for long. But of course, like in the context of a tournament and like trying to win that, sure, it can be something. But yeah, I think
Anislav is getting better at it, as you can see.
yeah.
I will mention that some of the feedback that you shared, I think, is definitely addressed in the mobile version. So the mobile version, oh, interesting. The mobile version looks a little bit better, I would
Bug
say.
or feature?
Well, it's just there's less empty space, so it fits better. But yeah, I think that's just a couple of features, like, hey, have a little crab walk where you can crab walk, over a few inches or a few feet every 3 times per round or something. So if your jump isn't perfect, then you can you have some kind of other way to fix it. So something like that, I think, would make a big impact.
An allowance to move a bit before the next jump, right?
Yeah.
Like, not indefinitely, but yeah.
Maybe it can be so if you are in a position where you have to jump in the same position, in the same square, you get a slight penalty in scoring, but you are able to choose the direction that you want to slightly jump in order to have a better position for the next one, if I explain that correctly. So you get a penalty in points if you jump in the same spot to adjust your position for the next jump.
Let's go on to the next one. I see we've already made it 60 minutes here. I had no idea. I've been having too much fun looking through all the games. But let's go ahead and do 2 or 3 more for today. Let's go to Sugar Factory. Sugar Factory is a really fun one where I think, for me personally, when I first got to Sugar Factory, it wasn't something that immediately caught my attention, but then I played it a couple times and I really got in the zone with all the options. That's something I didn't really realize at first, is you can just continually bake more cookies with the little oven button. You can drop as many cookies as you want with the cookie button. Then on the sides, you have kind of the power-ups. So right now, I think there's one called Sugar Rush that you have, which drops a ton of cookies. Then there's the donuts and the pie pieces on the side. You can drop those too. So it's like, for me at first, when I didn't quite realize all of those things were available, I was kind of like fine. Also, what's funny is these games, when I was going to Dave & Buster's and things as a kid, I was always horrible at these games. I felt like I never had any luck. So maybe I had a little bit of a negative bias at first. But then I started playing, and I will say, as I went through the games, this is one of the games that I kind of just got like entranced. I just was playing for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I think.
Pretty much the same happened to me, yeah. And I couldn't finish before I feel in the sugar pit at least, and try all these perks that you have, like big push and the walls coming up. Don't waste them too much though, because there is a chance they're not coming back, because you see they're coming back as small cookies as well, and you can basically lose them forever if they're not going to sugar pit. So it's like you're
Yeah.
completely getting out of your abilities, let's say, because abilities are also cookies.
It's great. I mean, honestly, that's also just a really like a great point that you made. Like having the sugar pit thing where you fill up the sugar pit for an extra 100 points and then you get a sugar cube. I mean, that's also so fun because of what you said. It kind of, gets you on the hook. And then you just want to keep going until to see, okay, what happens next. Yeah, this is a fun one, and the music's really good on this one too. I will say, I don't know if you can hear it on stream.
No, sadly, we couldn't figure out game sound for this stream. That's something to.
Okay.
Right. Right. So we got some extra information on why that's not possible in this occasion. But yeah, I wanted to chime in with some thoughts of my own for this. I guess I'll start with the constructive feedback. I would love to see a different lighting for this one. I think that it can be more colorful and more joyful. It's a bit cloudy in here. Like all the colors are mute and such, but I can give that a pass because the systems under this particular game, they are there. I had the opportunity in the past years to actually occasionally, go to some places that had such machines. So I did lose a few a few banknotes to these games, trying to get more banknotes and coins and others other such stuff. So I'm invested. They hook me. They work on me, and I know they have their audience.
So
And
that's where your money went when you were to Asia,
yeah.
huh? Okay.
But not only there, it's a big thing in the UK as well. So especially at seaside, there are a lot of such machines at the arcades in the seaside cities here.
Sugar
So
cube,
sorry,
What's that?
sugar
Oh,
cube.
sugar
Sugar-
cube.
Sorry, on stream.
Wow.
sugar cubes.
But I do
Yeah,
agree with Rafael that if he can work a bit on that you would like to actually eat that cookie when you see it, I think it will change a lot the addiction level of playing it.
and
Great
and
feedback. Really great feedback, guys.
and just one more thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you there. I would love to see some roguelike elements to this one. Right? So every now and then you get like a power up and so on, and you build on the madness. But that's something for the designer for the developer to figure out. I would love to see some roguelike elements in here.
Yeah, and I do think the coloring is a really great feedback point. I think that's a really a great way to take this to the next level, is just to kind of make it a little bit more vibrant. Zach is the name of the developer here, another great member of the community, and someone who's actually been building games on Avalanche for a few years now. For the last game jam, Zach submitted a like a claw machine style game. So Zach is slowly but surely building a arsenal of these old school kind of almost Dave and Buster's but online video games. And so maybe we'll have to get these all together into a fun digital arcade setting sometime in the future. But this is another fun one.
By the way, my last question is, what exactly do you do with the oven icon or whatever that is in the footer? So
Oh,
you have
it bakes cookies.
Oh. It bakes cookies.
Yeah, you can bake more cookies with that.
And you select how often you would like them to be baked, or what exactly are you controlling when
You just basically it's just like you just bake more cookies. That's it. So it just gives you more ammo. Think of it like you're, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you have the number of cookies on the right, 60 or something right now, and if you run out of that, you simply need to tap multiple times the oven to make more cookies.
okay, I understand. Cool.
It's fun. It's fun. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let's play Null Void. I'm excited about this one. So Null Void was made by a badass team of developers who actually won the last game jam. So some heavy hitters coming in here. And this one's pretty freaking cool. So these guys definitely have some strength when it comes to the artwork and also just making games that are really smooth and playable. So I will kind of shut up and let the stream do the talking for this one. But yeah, any comments from the other guys?
It's a pity that the audience cannot hear the sound, because that's what made me
This
just want
won't
to
do.
go for the
I've
go for
gonna kill him.
Yeah, go full screen. Okay.
But
Go full screen if you can.
they managed to balance the sound and I don't know how to call it. Yeah, but we cannot hear it. I got you. Yeah, you're right. It's non-stop action, basically. And even the small details of the animations of the text, of the pattern,
I don't know if it's just slow on the stream or if it's is it slow for you in person, Stas? Okay, perfect.
On stream on X, it looks right. It's just
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game is awesome. This
That's
game is
how,
really
yeah.
awesome. And I know the team is working on potentially making this more mobile compatible and also having some controller compatibility. So maybe those things are coming. I mean, I feel like I would love to see some kind of multiplayer in this style. I think that this could really do some, like, I think this could get a lot of traction. A game that looks like this, but is multiplayer, I think it would be very big. So I really like this one. I mean, the artwork is just top notch. It's fun. The sound is incredible. There's just, I don't even know. I can't say enough good things about this one.
Yeah, Rafa, you remember the psychedelic room?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I have on mine. I have nothing but high praise for this. It was such a surprise. The only thing, if I can give any feedback whatsoever, is an issue that I had while playing, where it doesn't play well, at least in my experience, with so when you touch the walls, you kind of need to find the right angle to move back, and then I got stuck a lot into walls or entries, and I think like there's something, maybe there needs to be something to make it more smooth and less punishing, because you have this flow where you just run through the rooms, but if you don't go through the doors at the right angle or something like that, you will get stuck in that one pixel. And when you see that counter going down second by second, that can be infuriating because it's not really your fault. It's more like in the lenience of the detection box of the models and the environment. But I'm sure that's like super simple to fix and make it less punishing. But yeah, other than that, I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant that the game creates such a strong first-person, angle and experience by just using what seems to be like just 2D animations on the sides. So you can see how nonchalantly those are like 2 animated assets. Like, yeah, that's what you get. This is too like, and I'm not saying that in any derogatory way. God forbid. Like, it really fits here. Like, it's again, this game has so much personality. I just love it, and I love how the developers figure out such a simple and yet effective way of doing the hands, and again, that diegetic thing that I love to see in games with the health. I think it is with the energy on the left hand. That's just really good to see. Yeah, and I actually look forward to see what, because I think the developer wants to add more to this. So I'm looking forward to how this evolves. One more thing, one more bug, I think it is, and I'm not sure if it's by design. There are some elements that seem to be rendered over the screen, because in some instances I can see the doors and the enemies over the walls. So the enemy would be in another room, but somehow I would still see them through the walls. So maybe that's something to iron out. But yeah, that's my feedback. I just loved it. It's probably one of my top picks.
I don't know
Wow,
who Javier is in the comments, but I love him.
Stas, you're going crazy right now on the stream, man. Holy moly. This is awesome. I haven't gotten this far. I haven't even gotten to the machine gun and stuff. This is so cool. Really, really looking awesome. But yeah, good feedback. I'm wondering if you guys felt this way too. You see how it kind of like recharges the battery with the souls of the enemies that you kill?
Yes.
For me, like, that's obviously a really cool element. But and I don't know if this is something that needs to change, it's more of a question, but the first few times I played this, the souls, as they're kind of coming towards my character, I thought that they were like some kind of like a shot coming at me, like I was getting shot.
Yeah. That's because of our, I think, childhood with Doom, because that's how they were looking like.
Yeah, I thought that those were projectiles as well, but
yeah.
Well, but would you guys say that that's like, is that something worth looking at from the developer, or is that fine as is?
You would expect there would be.
Yeah,
Sorry,
go on.
You would expect there to be some feedback if it was hurting you, and because there isn't, you learn quite fast that it's not really hurting you. I think it's that it comes to you at the lower level of the screen, and it kind of looks like something crawling. I don't think it's an issue per se. Maybe the developer has some ideas to mitigate that in some way, but it's not like it's forcing you to make some actions because of that would eventually kill you or make you lose the game. You just move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Because you see when the robots are shooting is red. But yeah, I agree that after 3 minutes you kind of understand that it's not harmful, so I think it's fine.
Cool. Victor, did you want to bring up another one? I know that maybe I guess all the judges, if there are any more games you wanted to go through now. I know that we're kind of already over our time, but it's been too fun. I know, Victor, you really liked one of them in particular with the pigeon. Maybe we want to talk about that.
Yeah, we have to read out loud the lore because this is a true Digen game.
Oh, guys, just wanted to point out now. Now you can hear me on stream. That from a player perspective, that was so much fun. Like at first, it felt almost like Doom, wise, but it's so fast. When it's like running out of energy, you're just like, no, I need to kill more enemies, like right now, and you just dashing out. And from the player perspective, this is complete madness and full full vibe on this, and I just love it. And and I don't know, you probably didn't hear that, but guys on X, they were just like pointed. There is like Dota announcer going like monster kill, which is like super suitable for game. I don't know. It's just a super cool touch. I don't know legally if they're allowed to use this, but this is such a cool game. It was like super fast, super like packed with action.
Let's wrap it up with the excremental uprising.
Oh yes, I was not the only lover of this game. Well, to be honest, previous game is also in my top, but this one touched my crypto feelings.
Let's go through the lore, because I think that's
I'm ready to read it out loud. The megacorps own everything: the streets, the skies, the narrative. Their propaganda is plastered on every surface. Their goons patrol every block. They think they've got the future locked down, but they forgot one thing: you, a cybernetic pigeon. Your mission: drop decentralized dumps on everyone, dump enough to pass under your wire. Yeah, this is crazy. And you also drop non-fungible turds. Yes, exactly.
Fungible turds. Yeah. I wanna meet this developer for a one-on-one.
Viral in crypto circles easily. The only thing we're questioning here, and the thing to work on, is of course the, let's say, extendability, scalability of the game, so that you could play it, well, you could have fun for more than 10 minutes.
Yes. But I would like to meet the developer, to pick his brain a bit. If you know, I
so probably the developer could add the characters from the industry, like real people.
Yeah, I know someone.
We will choose ourselves to dump on them or not. Yeah.
You need, if you like that type of thing, you need to check Crappy Bird. Google Crappy Bird, that what the fuck, and I think you're gonna fall in love with. If you said what you just said, I think you found your new love.
Well, if it's not crypto lore, maybe it won't be my feed. Just dump
just go for it. Just go for it.
This is pretty ridiculous, this game, but it's fun.
I will send you where is our group.
As we are watching Stas poop on people's heads here, let's go ahead and wind down the space for today. It's been an incredible 90 minutes going through some of the submissions. I will say that we didn't even get through all of the games that we wanted to get through. There's another 10 or so that we could have gone through right now. So we're super excited to announce that the tournament will be starting on the 29th of this month. So October 29th, you'll be able to come play these games for free on Funtico.com and win up to $6,000 in prizes. So really fun, free to play, great opportunity to come try out the games. We would love to have you come join. Obviously, the money is a great advantage with the $6,000, but hopefully those sitting through the session here today will see that the developers put a lot of heart and a lot of effort into these games. And so it's really important to get them some great feedback too. So as you're playing the games, as you're telling your boss that you're busy playing some games and you're working up the leaderboards to win those big prizes, please also take a second to stop, think about the game, what you might like to see to make it better, how what you think the developers could consider. All of your feedback is really helpful, and so please do stop to comment and and give some feedback too. Pavel, Victor, Rafa, did you guys want to say one last kind of goodbye message before we stop the stream for today?
No, on my end, it was very fun. Thank you, Stanislav, for being how do we literally told him 10 minutes before that we need to do this
Oh,
because
yeah.
we need his help. So thank you for being fast and patient and a good host as always. I am excited to and looking forward for the next episode. Let's think internally how we can bring this to a larger audience. The ones that are looking right now, right? It's all about the developers and discoverability of their creations. So whatever you can do in the future wants to share the word, do a retweet, put on your group, Discord, whatever. You will see how a big difference that might do and how well it will scale. So in 2 weeks from now, the developers will have a blast with a lot of people that will play their games.
Yep. I'm echoing what Pavel said. This was a nice concentration of good quality games. And I'm very happy to see that. I'm excited to see what we can do in the future with everyone involved, and looking forward to, as Pavel said, to bring these games to as large of an audience as possible, so that everyone can get to try this.
Yeah, the games are just great. We discussed it with Mickey. It's like a few X improvement from the previous hackathon. The games are like, I think I found no bugs unless the game didn't launch. And I literally played 30 games in a matter of like 5-6 hours, and they were just working great. It's awesome. It was in some hackathons you just spend time downloading the games, trying to deploy them yourself instead of a developer. But here everything was beautiful. The devs are great. Yeah, they all deserve a prize. And somehow, I don't know, how can it be divided? It was very hard to put someone on top of another sometimes.
Yes, it was extremely difficult, and we're still having a lot of challenges actually identifying the right price positioning here. So thank you to everybody for being patient as we work through that. We'll be announcing, we'll be sharing more details about who's in, who's out, who gets the prizes, and how we're going to be proceeding over the course of the next couple days. In the meantime, we'll be reaching out to some of you developers directly in DM just to basically get the ball rolling on the SDK integration. So keep a lookout for that. And yes, we're looking forward to sharing the winners with you shortly. But thank you everybody for joining. This was an awesome session. As you can see, these games are really fun. And so looking forward to the tournament in a couple weeks.